So hey guys, WC Hamlet here, and I am on the Minecraft new Eriador 1.10 survival server, and we are out at the city districts area because we're going to be starting work on something officially today. I hinted at it, or not even hinted, I directly mentioned it in the last episode, but we're going to be working on the airport. I don't think we're going to get it finished because it seems like it's going to be a pretty in-depth project, and judging by how much wool I've gotten so far, it's gonna take quite a while, I think, to actually get this stuff going. But this is my little factory, my little tarmac factory, my sheep producing the necessary materials for all of the runways and eventually the road network that's gonna be adorning this lovely countryside, soon to be downtown urban cityscape. Yeah, so this is what I got going. I probably should get a few more in here, but these are just some of the local crew that I dragged up in here from the surrounding hillsides. And then I just ran out of ink from what I brought out here, but I think there might be a few more. Yeah, there's a few more sheep and some horses. Like there. We could bring these sheep over here. And I think what we may end up doing for the above ground with the roads and everything is probably end up having horses be our main travel. Maybe you could rent a horse or something to travel around the city or take the subway. So there's lots of cool things that we can do with all this stuff. But one of the first things I have to do, other than just sit here mindlessly shearing away at the sheep, doing it quickly so when they eat, if they want to eat right back again, then no wasted wool. The first thing I have to do is actually clear a spot, make this flat over there for the runways to go in to begin with. So why don't I get started on that and come back to you when it's a little bit more complete. Okay, so now that we've gotten this all kind of cleared out a little bit more, there's still work to be done. It's probably going to need to extend on off that way and, out there. We'll kind of have to judge that once we get to actually building the things. But I do want to get this first runway so I can show you my vision of how this is going to lay out. So this will be, if you're coming in from like the farm maybe, I think you go into this direction. So we need a runway that goes, what is this, north-south, okay? So we're gonna go, let's see, 1, 2. This is a 5 wide runway right here. Let's see how that looks. I have a feeling we're gonna want a 7. No, actually, you know what we do is we do 5 wide of the tarmac with the center line being the dashed white lines with the lights on it, and then a white line border that goes along the side to make 7. So let's cut out the 5 first. Oh my gosh, my pick. My pick is almost dead. Maybe I should go fix my pick first. Then we'll do that. All right, I have to say there is nothing quite like being prepared. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we are going to get, I went in, I just switched it. I didn't even go repair it. I've already repaired the pick already since we started doing this. So I just switched it with my silk touch. Anyway, I have a couple of stacks of black wool here, or well, 2.5. And I'm gonna use that to kind of see how long of a runway. I want to see how long, you know, like a stack is. How long is 64 blocks? Because we don't have coordinates. I can't just do math and whatever. But I feel like this distance is not going to be long enough for what we want it to look like. Obviously, you only need like 2 blocks long of a landing strip when you're coming in on your elytra. But this isn't about like facts and stuff. It's about the game. Okay, so this is not even a stack. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Let's see how far this takes us. All right, so that's 64. We'll go out a smidge. Let's say boop, boop, boop. And boop, boop. All right, let's do like this. Now, let's see. From up above, how does this look? That looks pretty cool. Let's get a feel for it with the elytra on. So we're coming in over the mountain. You know, usually you land a little bit further down the landing strip. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a good length. I think this is gonna work great. And once it's filled in with the wool all the way, that is going to be quite good. So the other part of this runway airport, it's a dual runway. So you've got the one that goes north-south like this, and maybe we should do 3. I don't know, we'll see. But then we were gonna have one that goes southwest, like over there, to northeast. And that's for people flying in directly from spawn. They can just fly from one of the towers in there and kind of lines up just beautifully. It's off in that direction, just beautifully. So I think we're gonna have to get rid of this pond. I wanted to keep it, but oh well. Too bad. So let me get these runways laid out, and once we get the X pattern in place, we can kind of judge and see if we need a third one. Nice. Okay. I'm liking it. I think I still may want to put in one more going this way. I don't know. It could be cool. But yeah, so this is the start. The only thing I'm not, so like if you come in here and you fly down, you know, oh, landing, great. The only thing I don't know, even though this is, you know, 5 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 5 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't look as wide, and obviously it's because it's on the diagonal. So if we go on the diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, is what it looks like. So I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should make it wider though, because then it would throw. Because if I make it 1 wider, it would probably look about the same size, but then it'd be an even number, and it'd be kind of hard to put a middle stripe down. See, that looks okay, like that. You know, that's what you're looking at. This is a tough decision. This is real tough. Yeah, let's start with this right here, and then obviously we need a control tower, and we're gonna need some runway lights and hangars and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot to do, a lot ahead of us on this journey. So I guess I better get working on it. So now that it's got some of the stripes in, the runway lines, the dotted lines, it needs to be longer and wider. Yep, there's no getting around it. This is not big enough. So we are back, and as you can see, I've made this runway system wider. So it's 7 now, plus 2 is 9. And also extended this one out. So instead of 64 blocks, it's now 80 blocks long. I added 16 to it. So I need to extend this one out, which means this mountain has to go. Sounds like there's zombies down here, but that's okay. Let's clear this out and this is an interesting problem to have run into. So let's see, it'd be 1, 2. So here, 1, 2. I think we'll be okay. I don't want to destroy it, but I also don't want to have to like move my whole runway and stuff. Yeah. We'll be good. I probably should look in this chest, see what's in it. I didn't even think about that. Anything good? Music disc, cat. I'll take that. We'll come back for this stuff. I don't have space for it. I've got a lot of junk in my inventory right now. Okay, well, guess I'll just clear this out then, and extend the runway. I still have to get a lot more. And I was gonna say clay. Nope, it's wool. Wool is the thing that I need, and that's gonna take some time. So let me get to shearing some sheep once I get this mountain cleared. So I've done a bit of work, and excuse me. I've done a bit of work, and I had to change a few things here and there. I wasn't happy with how it was turning out, to be honest. So this guy won't leave me alone. So I changed a little bit around, made it a little bigger. Let me know what you guys think. Chabow. That looks more like a runway. And if you notice, it's also 4 blocks wider, like 2 on each side. I got these little strips. I may extend it down a little bit more this way and extend those lines just to give it a little bit longer look. And I may even extend the whole thing out because it still feels short for how wide it is. But I mean, you can see that's as much space as we need. To be honest, we don't have to slow down once we hit the ground. So I may bring it out like another 16 blocks to here and then just kind of swoop this down. But I wanted to have some of those like up and down lights, like, oh, you're at the end of the runway, watch out. But here's my thing. I'm looking at this and I say, like, I kind of want the terminal and the tower to be on this side because this is where the city is, but I've got a lot more space over there. So what I may end up doing is putting in like 1 or 2 hangars on that side and then having a terminal and a, what is it called? Air traffic control tower right here. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And then eventually, not this episode, but eventually for the next one probably, we're going to end up with an elytra launcher that's going to be down underneath somewhere, to be determined, that you'll be able to use to fly out of here if you wanted to do that. But it's going to have to be somewhat underground because I think it's kind of like a big contraption. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, this is coming along. I know we got rid of the X. Like, that was the big thing. I was like, oh, let's make the X. But I think in the long run, this is going to serve our purposes just fine, and it's going to look better, and it's just going to give us more room to work with. Because as you know, if anybody's ever built giant projects, you know, whenever you start building, like, oh man, this is 7 wide, man, that's huge. until you get it in context and you look at it and you go, no, it needs to be 13 wide and twice as long. So yeah, I need space. So what I am going to do for the rest of this episode, I'm going to build, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build like 2 hangars over here. 1 and 2. Got to flatten that out, put some hangars there, put a little path around. And then I'm going to put in, I don't know. Maybe the terminal should be on this side. I'll tell you what. It's going to be a surprise. Just stick around. Status report. I am still working on stuff, but I put in a little, I don't know what this is called. It's the little, it's not a runway. It's like is it the jetway? I don't know. It's the thing that the planes go on to like get to the runway. But yeah, I'm working on the hangar right now, and as you can see, I've got it kind of framed out, and I mean, you know, it's Minecraft, so you leave a little bit to the imagination, but basically these are like those metal beams that you see running along the roof of the warehouse, or the hangar, or whatever, in this case. And I've got a metal building, because we're out here in the desert, so we need to make sure that our building is protected from the elements. And I think I want to put in another column right in the middle. This is like our... It's like our, I don't know what you call it. It's just another detail, but it's like our supports on the sides, on the outsides of the building, like where the seams are and the paneling. That's what we'll call it. But yeah, this is coming along pretty nicely, actually. I have probably a couple, 3 more hours left of work to do, because obviously I haven't even started the tower yet. I haven't started the terminal, and I was hoping to get all that stuff done in this episode. I've been doing this a lot. Like obviously I've spent quite a lot of time already so far on getting this put together, but I think all in all it's going to be pretty sweet when we're done. We're going to put in a couple of these, like this is the rail that the door closes with, maybe. Oh, nope. Not if you can see it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this stuff and come back with a little bit more, and maybe I'll actually have some of it done, like the rest of it done, like I said I was gonna do last time. All right, see you in a minute. Oh man, you guys, I am a redstone genius. Let me show you this stuff that I've got going on. So, always being interrupted. So I have the runway lights in place, and as you can see here, they are at either end of each of the, I'm gonna call them hash marks. They might be dotted lines. I don't know, whatever. Whatever you want to call them, that's what they are. So down here, what we have is a daylight sensor set to nighttime sensor, a gap of 5 into a redstone, and then this little doodad that I learned from one of SC Petty's recent videos on edge detectors, basically monostable circuit, but this is a leading edge, falling edge detector. So basically it'll send a pulse once this extends, and then it'll send a pulse again when it retracts. And that's what I want, because that goes into a T flip-flop, which has the item right here. So when this gets a signal, it sends that up and pops it up into here, and then it gets moved over from the hopper, and then that comparator reads that there's an item in here, and it sends a signal with the redstone repeater, which goes over here to this clock, which I have set up with a couple of repeaters for delay to slow it down a little bit. Set to subtract mode so that it's comparing this signal versus that one, and so it'll turn itself on and off again. And then from there, it's just blocks, and each one of these blocks has the redstone lamp above it, and each one has a 4-tick repeater that pulls off the back side of it. And the reason I did it like this is because I wanted it to be able to turn on and off when it's daytime or nighttime. And I also didn't want to have a loop of repeaters, so I didn't want to send the signal back from the end down here, because then it'd be hard to turn it back off again. So this seems like the simplest, like most compactest way that I could have done this. Like, obviously, I probably could have moved this 1 block closer, and, you know, this could have been right here, but I wanted to do it like, actually, this needed to be this far away because of the signal strength. Yeah. But anyway, so it's pretty close to as compact as I can get it, and it's also pretty easy to hide as well. If we just do like a boop, 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 or something, and then maybe even just like a black glass or whatever on that, never gonna see it. Or an orange glass even, might even look better. So yeah, that is cool, and I'll have to do a little demonstration once it gets nighttime. It just turned day, because it's Mob City out here, let me tell you. But yeah, this is the hangar. It is all finished, and as you might see, there's no airplane in it, because I haven't built an airplane. I don't know if I will or not. It could just be a local hangout. I don't know. But I got the lamps hanging from the ceiling. I think that looks pretty cool. I think I did a good job of hiding the redstone. And you don't really notice it if you're not looking for it. And then up here in the corners, there's levers up there. It's kind of hard to see, sorry. And then a lever and a repeater into each of these blocks right there and there, because obviously we have the hangars there. So you've got redstone that runs along the top of these, and looks great. And then these furnaces, I guess they're kind of like a little drain maybe, or some kind of, I don't know, use your imagination. But I also, some of them, like this one right here and the ones in the corners, are also upside down pistons, because they have the same texture as the furnaces. They're just turned different. And underneath those are more lights. So we have some more light on the floor, because it was still spawning mobs. And it may yet. I may have to switch a couple of these to pistons with lamps underneath, but I think for the most part we're pretty good in here. And if we put in an airplane or something like that, we can get that lit up as well. But I really like how this has turned out. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the terminal or the air traffic control tower in this episode, unfortunately, because this has been going on for the better part of 2 days now, and several hours out of each of those 2 days to get it to this point. Oh, Petty joined the game. It must be really late. But yeah, I let me fast forward this to nighttime, and then we are going to watch this stuff start up. Hey. All right, guys, it is turning nighttime, and you see Petty joined us down here. He took a little flyover and down onto the runway there, but I'm waiting for nighttime, so we see these runway lights kick in. Hopefully it should come on pretty soon. If it doesn't, I may adjust the timing a little bit, because it's 5 redstone dust. And, oh, there we go. Look at that. It's not too bad. I like that timing. That's pretty good. So why don't we take a little fly down over the side of the mountain and land on this beautiful new landing strip here. Yes, covered in arrows. But yeah, I think that's going to have to do it for us this evening. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. As always, I've been WC Hamelt. Hope you'd enjoyed it, and we'll see you all in the next episode.